Great, so we're almost at the end of the magic methods section of this course. We've looked at constructor functions and destructor functions. They're the main ones really that we're interested in, but this final one that I'd like to show you can be very useful as a shorthand. So first of all, let's just see what happens if I try to echo an object. So echo Gannon there. If I save that and refresh, nothing happens. We get an error essentially. In fact, I can show you that we get an error because if I put some text at the end there, then nothing happens. So we've got an error. I haven't got error reporting turned on here, so we don't see the error, but that's fine. We know that there's an error because it's not giving any output. So echoing an object doesn't generally work. But what if we want it to work? What if we want to have this object do something when I echo it? That's what the toString function is all about, or the toString method I should say. And we define it in exactly the same way we did the construct and destruct. We call it toString. And so essentially this method will be executed every time we try and echo out the object. So for now, let's just say the object was echoed. So now this function will happen every time we do this. And notice that we won't get an error anymore. Great. So you shouldn't try to echo an object unless you've got the toString function in there doing something already. Now we can obviously decide what we want that to be then. So when we echo Gannon, we might want to echo his name. So as a quick exercise, can you change that string to display the name of this particular baddie? Okay, hopefully you use this command and then the arrow and then name. Fantastic, that worked. So we might want the name to appear, we might want the evilness to appear, whatever it might be. You can play around with that if you'd like to, experiment a little bit and just see what you can get it to do. But that's again an example of how object-oriented programming is more powerful than normal programming, because we can decide what we want to do here, and this simple statement can then change later on just by changing something in the class. Even without displaying that, I could do all sorts of things here. I could update a database, I could display a picture, I could do anything that I wanted here without actually changing the code of what's going on down here. So it's a simple but very powerful potentially function to display whatever you want when the object is echoed. So that's the end of our series on magic methods. We're now going to put it all together and make a little game which I like to call higher or lower.